invitation is for the ones who love sincerely. There's a billion people that could use a hero. Come together, we two, for the sun is shining down. We could be that miracle.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Wengie and Candy Hugs! So today we are making some DIY candy dispensers. These remind me of gumball dispensers I used to play with when I was a kid. These are so cute. You can make them out of simple things you can find around the house. And right now I'm running a MacBook Air giveaway, and if you guys want to enter, all you need to do is join this wonderful fam by subscribing down below, and also subscribe to my second channel, Reacticorns, which is linked down below as well. This week we have another like challenge, so take 3 seconds to click the like button. I'm gonna count down for you guys. 3, 2, 1. Have you guys done it? Alright guys, let's get straight to the DIY. Let's go. There's something satisfying about pressing a button to get candy. I don't know what it is. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own candy dispenser machine, and the best thing is you can make it with a few basic household items. All you need is a Nutella jar or any other plastic jar. You'll also need some cardboard, and make sure that your cardboard has perforations in the middle of it because you'll need these later on. Lastly, you'll need some hot glue, a small spring like this one from a pen, some skewers, and a bottle lid. The spray paint and masking tape are optional. The first thing you'll need to do is to prepare 3 cardboard pieces. The measurements for these pieces will depend on the size of the plastic jar that you use. The ones you see right now are for a 750ml Nutella jar where the diameter of the lid is 8.5 centimeters. Obviously, if you're using a different size lid, you'll need to make some adjustments, but with a bit of trial and error, I'm sure you'll get it pretty quickly. After you've cut out these 3 shapes, you'll also need to cut out the rectangles from the 2 small pieces of cardboard with an X-Acto knife. Try to be neat with this step because these 2 pieces are going to work together to let your candy out. As I said before, spray paint is optional, but I did it because I like pretty things. So here I'm just lining the edges of the cardboard with some tape so they look nice and smooth. And then I went ahead and turned my cardboard pieces yellow. Now fold your large cardboard piece into 3 sections, and because you measured it before, they should perfectly cup the lid of your jar, leaving one side open. Now take your square cardboard piece and line it up with the lid of your jar and mark the edges of the hole. Next, carefully cut out the same shape from the lid of your jar using an X-Acto knife. Now take a skewer and push it right through the center of your small rectangular piece of cardboard. Cut off the back end of the skewer but leave a little stump. Then align it with the top square piece of cardboard, add room for a bottle cap, and mark the point where you need to cut the front end of the skewer. Now use a bit of hot glue on the skewer to make sure it doesn't move. And stick the front end of the skewer onto your bottle cap, which will eventually become your dispensing button. So now all we have to do is assemble your dispenser. Just hot glue your Nutella jar upside down onto the large cardboard piece using 3 dots of hot glue. Next, insert your skewer piece right under the lid and mark where the skewer touches the cardboard. Now hot glue a small spring right onto your mark. As you can see, the spring keeps the opening closed, and when you push the cardboard down, it opens. Now take your square cardboard piece and pop it in right under your skewer piece, and it should all fit together nice and snug. You then basically want to hot glue the last piece in from the bottom, making sure you don't accidentally glue the skewer piece in place as well. The next step is also optional, but I wanted a convenient opening to pour my candy into, so I took a soldering iron and carefully melted a hole on the bottom of the jar, which is actually the top of our candy dispenser. This can be a little tricky and dangerous, so make sure you have parental supervision for this step. Finally, I cut out a candy logo and stuck it right onto my button. And that's pretty much it. The candy dispenser is ready to go. Now, because I'm a little extra, I made a few more of these, so check these out. So now you can fill them up with whatever candy you want. I happen to use some Skittles, M&ms, Nerds, and some Mentos. Does this mean I get to eat 4 times as much candy because I made 4 of these? Yeah, I think so.
Dancing in the rain till the break of dawn. So long, I've been waiting here. I want you to hear. Lately I've been thinking of you again. Don't wait too long. Hey you, I know someone who wrote a song that reminds me of you. Hey you, I don't know what to do. I got a song and I play it for you. Play it for you.
Okay, so we've got all our candy in and I feel like we worked pretty hard, so I think it's time to eat.
Play it for you. Play it for you. Hey you, I know someone who wrote a song that reminds me of you. Hey you, I don't know what to do. I got a song and I play it for you.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this DIY. I had so much fun making them. Let me know what your favorite candy is out of all these candies. And also, let's have a look at what happened on Reacticons this week.
Maybe you should watch a cartoon after we react to something scary then.
Yeah,
How about
maybe.
that?
I just look at your face because that's funny enough. Also, don't forget to follow me on the social medias if you want to see what's behind the scenes and what I'm up to during the week. And also a huge shout out to the Notification Squad of the week and the Wengie Corner of the week. If you want to find out how to get shout outs, don't forget to check the description box down below for instructions. And until next week, I'm going to miss you guys so much, so I'll see you guys then. Bye guys!